Have you ever dreamed of growing your own fruit trees, but you don't have the garden space to plant your own trees? Then this video is for you. Today we're going to unbox a dwarf peach tree, which I got from Stark Brothers and planted up in a container where it can live and grow for the next foreseeable future, because it is dwarf size and will be able to sustain its size in a container for the years to come fairly well. I'm Steffi. I'm a home gardener here in Alabama, Massachusetts. It's Ellen 6, and I love to take you along for the ride. So welcome to my channel. So let me talk a little bit about the peach tree, which we unboxed already yesterday. So we have here the variety Red Haven Peach, and this is a dwarf-sized one, which means they only grow up to 8 to 10 feet in its total size. Yes, this is still sizable, but yes, that's also still small. So this one will be suitable for a container for a long time, especially if you choose a sizable container as well. This one, I chose to not get it in a bare root one, but they call it like an easy or advanced root system version. This is slightly potted up, but it's just like the next step after bare root, right? So for that reason, I'm going to pot it up fairly quickly. We just unboxed it yesterday. It came in a box from Stark Brothers. Very well packed. It only had like 2 little twigs of branches which were broken. Everything else was intact and looked very happy on arrival. But as you want to do it with any kind of trees you get online, you want to make sure that you unbox them and get them out of the box and into light and some water right away when they arrive. So that was important. That's why we have that already here and shot this video over a couple of days. I'm really excited to plant this up. Why do I choose to plant this one in a container while we have all this space over here? We're just renting in this house, and eventually, of course, we want to have our own home where I would choose to put it also in ground. And as they say, the best moment or the best time to plant a tree was yesterday. I just didn't want to put it off any further and thought with a dwarf tree, I can certainly start in a container and have a little bit buffer for the next 2 to 3 years. That is the time frame. We definitely want to get a house and move this one. So I'm super excited to see how it grows. And in the container, they will still produce, right? And the dwarf trees are still known to produce very well. So I'm excited to see what we get from it. I do not expect necessarily fruit in the first year. Like with anything, you want to have it established first before it can grow some fruit. You want to have it focus on the root system rather than fruit production. So even if it blooms, I might leave like, I don't know, like 3-4 peaches if we get some on it, but the rest I would take off so it can focus on the root production this year, and then we'll see what we get out of it next year. But I'm very excited. Why I also love the idea of dwarf trees just in general, no matter in a container or in an orchard, is I'd rather have a higher number of fruit trees which are small and don't give me like floods of fruits of one kind. I'd rather have a few more trees which are smaller with lower yields as they are smaller and have some more variety. That is always my preference before you go big. But yeah, that is just my thoughts behind dwarf trees in general. I love the idea, and I will definitely, if this setup works out well, definitely maybe add 2 or 3 more. We'll see. We have a lot of space in the driveway. This is where it goes because we have a full sun location. And if it's in a pot and hooked into the irrigation system, this is a perfect spot for it. So I'm excited to see how it grows over there. Let's go and pot it up. So this is here my grow bag garden area. We have here already like our potato grow bags, which are going to be started soon as well. But that's here my herb garden. That will get a little bit of a revamp. Something is living in that box, so I'm most likely exchanging the soil in the box in the next couple of weeks, as well as those containers who are mostly split. So I'm planning to have this container in the end close to basically flush with this side, so it's not like standing here in the way or anything. But we'll do that in a couple of weeks. I'll show you for sure this updated container garden refreshed when it's done. But for now, I really just want to plant the peach tree and making sure it is protected and well suited in some soil. So that's what we're going to do. The one thing which is important for me with any new containers I'm growing is that I'll put the irrigation pipe through the container before I put the soil in, because this is a pain in the butt if you try to do that later when you have already soil in the container. So I want to have the irrigation line quickly pushed through the bottom, and then we're ready for the soil. I have irrigation going into everything in my garden, like literally every little container, grow bag, of course the large garden, even my hanging basket. So literally everything is on irrigation, because watering is the only thing I really don't like about gardening. So you got to know your battles. So that one I'll leave up with the irrigation system. I have a main line going from there. So I'll just take the line, put it on the bottom through the container. Just give it some leeway. I think that should be more than plenty. As we're not fully connecting them right now, I just put an end plug in here to ensure that nothing goes into it for now. Because you would be surprised how ants love those little nooks and crannies to crawl into. So the irrigation system is not running yet. It's too early for us here. So we will get that going when the time comes in a few weeks. Then I'll just cut that one off here. Put another end plug. Okay. So make sure that this is just outside of it. So what do I do for soil? So the internet said for a good blend in a container for a dwarf tree, you want to ensure that you have good drainage, because no tree likes wet feet in general. That will smother out the oxygen, and that will in the end result in death. So we don't want that. So we want to have soil which is well draining. This is what the internet then recommended, to put some pine bark into the mix just for higher, like for air pockets and for better drainage. Then I picked two varieties from our local soil company here, Coast of Maine, which I love very much, which I mostly use for any type of soil where I need backed soil in our area here. And this is the potting soil, and this is the planting mix for trees, shrubs, and perennials. So I think a mix of both will be probably good, but from there, I'm pretty much just winging it. The container volume itself is almost 80 liters. So like those three bags together are almost 90. So that won't fit fully. So we will probably do one bag of the blue, one bag of the pink, and then mix a little bit of the hemlock pine bark mulch under it, and then fill it up with the remaining blue one. So again, winging it. How we plant the tree later is we'll make sure that the tree sits in well. We don't want to have it too deep. They don't like it when they get too deep in. So we want to plant it high in the pot. So we have a lot of soil which needs to be put in first before that comes in. But yeah, let's get going here. Nice. So I'm hoping that one will grow well. Typically I would water it in now, but the last bag of soil was very wet and we're getting rain overnight. So I'm not watering it in right now, but I will check tomorrow after the rain, the soil level, if we need to add a little bit more after it compacted a little bit with the water. But I think it is well settled already from what I can feel. And it is as straight as it can be here in this wonky place. So I hope it will love its place and will grow and will produce some nice fruits for us for the next few seasons. So yeah, let me know if you have any questions, and otherwise subscribe and watch another video. Thank you.